guys, and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me here today for this mid-monthly reading for the month of November 2017. Can't believe that we're already halfway through the month of November and nearly at the end of the year. It's amazing. So for this mid-monthly reading today, I will be pulling 3 cards from these 2 decks that you see here. The Wisdom of the Oracle deck by Colette Baron-Reid, and I'll be using that deck to take a look at the area of love and romance. And then I'll be pulling another 3 cards from the Good Tarot deck, also by Colette Baron-Reid, focusing on the career and finance portion of the reading. For those of you who haven't already taken a look at the monthlies for November, please do. They're already posted. They have been posted on my channel. And the monthly reading is really, it's a very general overview of the energy surrounding each sign for the month. This mid-monthly reading is really more focused on these 2 specific areas. Okay, so if you're interested in just a more general reading, then I'd encourage you to take a look at the, the monthly reading for November. Also, another thing that I would encourage you to do is to watch not just the video for your sun sign, but also for your moon sign and your rising sign. Obviously these are general readings for everybody, so the messages may or may not resonate with you. But when you watch, all 3 videos, they really come together very nicely and sort of offer a more holistic, a very complete, or at least more complete overview of what's going on or the energy surrounding you during that time period. So I would encourage you to do that. If you would, however, like a more personalized reading, right, to focus specifically on something that is going on in your life right now, a decision that you might be looking to make, then you would really need a personalized reading, a private reading with me. If you're interested in that, you can take a look at my site, which is changingphasestarot.weebly.com. You'll find information about the types of readings that I offer there and pricing. You can also send me an email, changingphasestarot@gmail.com. And I also would encourage you to join me on Facebook. That way you can send me messages a little easier on there. It's Changing Phases Tarot Readings is my page on Facebook. Right, so let's get started. I will see you in 1 second after the shuffle. Bye for now. Hi Capricorn, hope you're doing well, and hope that the month of November has been treating you well as well. So we're going to get into our mid-monthly reading. This is mid-month November. I will be starting off with the career and finance portion of the reading using the Good Tarot deck by Colette Baron-Reid. And I have already been meditating and shuffling off camera, so I'll just give the cards a few more shuffles here, and then we'll get into the reading. So Spirit, what does the Earth sign Capricorn need to know? Keep going over. In the area of career and finance for mid-month November 2017. Spirit, please give me the messages for the Earth sign Capricorn, mid-month November, okay, 2017. Wow, those wanted to come out now, didn't they? All right, so we have in the past position, Major Arcana number 5, the Hierophant. I love this card in this deck. It's so beautiful. In the present position, our second card is the 8 of Air. And in the future position, we have the 4 of Earth. This would be the 4 of Pentacles in the traditional deck. Okay, and the card that was at the bottom of the deck is the Page of Fire. Okay, so Page of Wands in the traditional deck. All right, now from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck, we're looking for messages for Capricorn in the area of love, relationships, romance. What does Capricorn need to know the area of love and romance, relationships for mid-month November 2017. Please show me the messages for Capricorn, mid-month November, in the area of love and relationships. Here we go. Okay, we have in, as our first card in the past position, exchanging gifts. This is card number 27. In the present position, we have card number 50, no place like home. And in the future position, we have card number 39, new life. And at the bottom of the deck, we have card number 48, poised. How beautiful that card is. I love these Wisdom of the Oracle cards. They are so beautiful, both decks. That's why I really enjoy the Colette Baron-Reid decks. Okay, so give me 1 second. Let me just arrange the cards so we can see them a little better, and I'll be right back with the reading. All right, Capricorn. So we can see that here, I'll begin with the career and finance portion of the reading. So these are the cards along the back. We have the Page of Fire as the overall energy for the last 2 weeks of the month. So this is like I said, the wand suit. And the wand suit in the tarot is fire sign energy. So it's a very creative suit. It's a suit that is all about determination, strength, ambition. It's a very fast-moving suit, right, because it's associated with the element of fire. And so it also, it's about, it's many times it's associated with our work, right, because it's kind of the, all of the creativity and the drive and the ambition and the passion that we put into our creative projects or, our work endeavors. So it's all about, turning our intentions and sort of our thoughts into actions, right? The fire suit is actually it's the suit of acting on something, of creativity and, sort of the results of our actions. With the Page of Fire, we know that when we have people, that appear, so when we have the court cards, when they appear in a reading, they can actually be people in our lives over, during that period. They can also be events taking place, or they could also be the energy that we take on. So it's sort of us taking on this energy of the Page of Fire. So starting off with a person, if this is an actual person that you're dealing with, this is typically, it's a younger, more mature energy, fire sign energy. So this could be, if you have a fire sign child, this could be that person. This could also be just a younger fire sign, which would be Leo or Aries or Sagittarius. Could possibly be a person that you're dealing with, right, of that sign. If it is, this is a very creative person, right? The Page of Fire or Page of Wands is somebody who is very adventurous, very enthusiastic, somebody who brings in news, generally of a new project, of a new idea. Pages generally bring in the messages, right? And then they're the sort of the messengers of the tarot. And then the Knights are the ones who actually act on it and move on these sparks of ideas, right? So, but this would be the new spark, that new creative idea or project. So if this is, a person, this person could be coming in with news of a new job. This could be a job offer. This could be a new creative project, an offer of a new creative project. It's generally somebody who thinks kind of more outside of the box, right? And really looks upon new ventures, new ideas with great enthusiasm, okay? So it's all about, and since this is a younger energy, could have to do with having to develop or, harness that creativity and really develop whatever this new offer is. So if this is you taking on the energy of the Page of Fire, There might be a new creative project that you have to kind of, work on in order to make it into, or turn it into something more, more fruitful, or, turning it into something that has more sort of staying power, right? Or this could be also, you receiving a message that has to do with a job offer or a new creative project. So let's see how that plays out or ties in with the remaining cards that we have here. So in the past position, we have Major Arcana, the Hierophant. And the Hierophant is a card that it has to do with sort of those structures or things in our lives that are generally linked with, sort of the more traditional, that tradition and order, and very sort of conforming energy, right? Very traditional. We know that the Hierophant is very linked with rituals and ceremonies, right? Religious standards and order, so, and dogma. So with this, you could, in the past, you could have been dealing with, somebody. It doesn't necessarily have to be a religious figure. This could be, a person in that sort of position. So it could be you dealing with somebody actually, from a more traditional or more structured religion, could be. But it could also be, somebody who just sort of represents that very traditional, that order, law and order kind of energy. So typically, in the traditional deck, this is sort of the Hierophant. It's a male figure here. We see that we have the female representing the Hierophant, and she is she's holding, or she has above her head, the half moon. She has on her table kind of everything that she needs. She has, there's air energy. We see the feathers of the air. We also have the cup, the chalices. And she is somebody who is, she's all about, those spiritual practices, right? And rituals, and, the need for some type of meditation or spiritual practice. She has a little different meaning in the Good Tarot deck, right? But typically, when the Hierophant card appears, it really has to do with dealing with people in positions of, kind of, what am I trying to say, more organized, more traditional positions. Sometimes it has to do with marriage alliances. It can have to do with also sort of dealing with, courts and legal matters, and people like in those types of positions. So you could have been dealing with that in the past, or maybe you were in this very sort of structured, very traditional job, right? It could be that as well. You could be in a large corporation. You could be working for a company that is very sort of steeped in tradition. But then what we have in the middle position is the Eight of Air, which is the Eight of Swords, and it's a card of feeling like very trapped, very stuck. So you could very well have been in this more traditional position, and maybe it didn't really kind of go along with your personality or who you are as a person, right? So with the Eight of Air, or the Eight of, this would be the Eight of Swords in the traditional tarot deck, it's a card that, it does speak of feeling trapped, but it's a false sense of entrapment, because on the tradition, if we think of the traditional Eight of Swords card, there's a woman and she's surrounded by, these swords, which are kind of penning her in. She's wearing a blindfold. But it's all about perception, because if she's actually very loosely, kind of, the blindfold is very loosely around her eyes, and the sword, she could very easily just walk through the swords to get out of that situation. So it's really a false sense of entrapment, or being, stuck in a position. In this deck, it has to do with, and you can see here that there is this angelic figure kind of looking down, and there are all these floating or feathers floating down to the ground. So it's a card of release, right? Of releasing that whatever you weren't seeing clearly, or getting out of that situation and really being able to see things as they are. So it's a card of clarity, right? The air suit is a suit in the tarot that this is mental energy, this is cerebral energy. It's the suit that that has to do with our thoughts. It has to do with the importance of keeping our thoughts positive, and and also reminds us how important our thoughts are, because if we think about planting seeds, our thoughts as seeds, if we plant positive thoughts, positive seeds, then we can expect positive results to bloom, right? And the opposite, if we plant negative thoughts, and it's very difficult to have a positive result come of that. So our thoughts are very they are very important, and they're able to sort of influence how we kind of see things in life. And so it's important to keep our thoughts very clear and positive with whatever it is that we're facing. So going back to the career reading here, this could have been, or this could be in the present, you sort of feeling as if you're trapped in this job, right? And I feel as though the reason that you're feeling kind of trapped, it has to do with finances, because we have in the outbound position the Four of Earth, which is earth energy. This is Pentacles. So the suit of Pentacles, it's all about our earthly material possessions, right? And it's sort of the tangible results, the things that we can see and touch in the material, the earthly realm. And it's typically associated with money, with our jobs, with the material possessions that we are able to accrue from the money that we make, from the work that we do. So it's kind of everything that we think about, that we feel, that we create, it manifests in the earthly realm through the suit of Pentacles. So with the Four of Earth, this is a card, sometimes it's known in the traditional deck as the Miser card, because it has a picture of the man. He's kind of holding on to his coins very tightly, sort of holding them in very close to his chest, feeling sort of threatened or scared that that whatever he has been able to save or build up, he's afraid of seeing that slip through his fingers, right? So it's the need or the want of hanging on to one's possessions, right? But there's a danger in that. We can, if we become sort of miserly and worry too much and obsess too much on our finances, on not having enough, or wanting to, if this month we've been able to set aside $100, and put $100 in the savings, worrying about that and kind of overthinking, and not being willing to sort of share, or being willing to do, go out and do something because of that. It's really to kind of taking it to the extreme. But in this deck, it's a card that it just asks us to, to really trust in what we have been able to build up, and know that there is security, that we are sort of feeling a little more stable. We do have a bit more money right now, but we don't need to sort of obsess on it and worry about it, right? There is abundance coming in. And with this Page of Fire, I feel very, on this side of the reading, it's a very like kind of trapped feeling, with this card here, and so much sort of, I feel like this is more of a, trapped in this traditional position, being very scared about getting out of it, because, maybe you have wanted to leave the job, but you've been worried about not having enough money if you do so. But with the Page of Fire is the overall energy, this newness, something new coming in, something very exciting, you receiving news of that. And the cards that I pulled as clarifiers on the Four of Earth, let me show you. We have the Seven of Pentacles in the past position. So this is a card of, generally it's you feeling very satisfied with what you have achieved so far. And you see she's holding here, she has a nice basket of fruit. She has all the pentacles around her, which is, kind of goes along with this Four of Earth energy here. but it's stopping and thinking, okay, so now what? So it's feeling good about everything that you have achieved so far, but it's thinking, where do I go from here? And how do I achieve more wealth? How do I, build on what I've already achieved? In the middle position, which is sort of the present position, there's the Six of Pentacles, which is, again, a card that has to do with finances. It has to do, but it's more of a balance card. It's kind of a give and take, right? And it's the card that tells us that, there are certain times in our lives where we might be on the receiving end, right? Where we might not have enough money, and we might need to depend on somebody else's contributions or, kindness, charity to help us out, right? And here, if it's sort of on the opposite, if it's the opposite, and you are the one who, you now find yourself in a better financial position, it kind of really goes along with this energy of the Four of Earth, where, don't hold on to that. Do share. Don't become that miser and, want to hold on too tightly to what you have. If you have more than what you need, which she does here, and you can see that she is, she has her basket of fruit, but she's sharing. There are the birds coming in, they're taking away. She looks happy with that. She's able to share of what she's, what she has picked and put in her basket here. So, I think it's more of a caution. Don't, if whatever you have been able to save up or achieve, share, right? It's important to keep that in mind, because we have the Wheel of Fortune, which is kind of, goes along, I think, with the energy of the Page of Fire, and that things are changing. There is something new coming in, right? And the page, it's a messenger, is bringing in news of something. So, things are definitely turning for you, right? The Wheel of Fortune is turning, and new things, new wonderful things are coming into your life. So, I think it's important to sort of move away from this. If you're not happy in that job, you can trust in, accept this new, if it's a new job offer, go with it. You do have enough, maybe you have enough kind of put aside to be able to, if you have to, leave one job and start another and wait until you get paid at the new job, you have enough there. So, trust that everything will work out. Things are on the upturn here. Things are working out for you. So I love that. I love that for a reading. I'm actually a Capricorn, and I say that definitely kind of resonates. This Hierophant, I'm sorry, I'm going back to this, but I was drawn to this. It could also be, if you're dealing with sort of large institutions, right? It could have to do with you working, maybe it's at a bank or at a university, sort of large, or for the government, large institutions, something like that. The feeling as if, you're trapped, but you're really not. So whatever this new thing is that's coming in towards, over the 2-week period, just know that things are on, the Wheel of Fortune is definitely turning for you, and things are going to start improving. So I love that as the energy leaving the month of November and heading into December. Okay, turning to our love portion of the reading, we have the overall energy for the 2 weeks is card number 48, Poised. Okay. Okay, so we have as the overall energy the Poised card. This is card number 48. And as the name of the card suggests, and as we see, right, I love this woman here. She's sort of on her tippy toes. She's poised. It makes me think of the Fool card, right, with the sort of one foot on the edge of the cliff and the other foot kind of hanging off the cliff. So it's all about being ready, being confident. So it's all about being ready, right? Being sort of at your best, being confident, feeling as if you're ready for anything. You're ready to kind of set off on a new adventure, whatever comes your way. You're kind of ready. If there's a new phase in your life, that's you're kind of sensing that, right? You're sensing that there's this new phase coming in, about to start. And other people that see you feeling so confident and, feeling so good about things that are coming into your life, it's also kind of them looking at you and trusting you, right? They see that you're feeling extremely confident right now. And when you feel very confident and happy and that it does show, and people see that. And so this could be, you meeting people or meeting somebody if you're not already in a relationship right now. It could be you meeting somebody, and you're really, you're ready, you're poised to set off on a new relationship, a new adventure. So, it's a very beautiful place to be in, right? You're ready to give and receive really from the heart right now. We have in the past position card number 27, and it's called Exchanging Gifts. And this is a card that it's like the card, like the title of the card suggests. I mean, it does have to do with exchanging. So, it's that law of giving and receiving, sort of much like the we have the Six of Pentacles over here, right? That balancing, the give and take. So this is, in the past you might have either you were in a relationship, right, where there was this sort of give and take, or you could have just been going through a period of time where, different opportunities might have come in for you. You were sort of weighing things up, deciding if you were going to take that opportunity or not. But it's all about being really in line with giving and receiving, right? Being in that position or being in that place in your life where you're very open to giving and receiving. And when we think about relationships, love is this very giving and receiving, or giving and receiving of life force energy, right? So when you give of your love and receive of your love, there is this flow between you and another person. So, I think it's more of a card that maybe in the past you kind of realized that, and you have opened your heart and been more open to allowing love to come in, and being more open to giving love. So maybe this could have been a period that you have been going through in the past, where you have, you've been really working on yourself to get to this position where you are here, right, with this poised card. Now, in the present position, we have the No Place Like Home card. So this is card number 50. And, it's a card about, I think this is an interesting card because it talks about, first it talks about yourself, right? And kind of feeling at home, feeling at peace with yourself, right? Just sort of being that authentic version of yourself that you need to be. Because if we think about relationships, it's almost impossible for us to enter into a relationship with another person or maintain a relationship with another person if we're not really at home with ourselves first, right? We have to feel at home and feel as though we are that authentic version of ourselves before we can give, be open to this give and take of a relationship. It's also kind of finding a place or arriving at a place where you feel, that you are comfortable in your own skin. You just kind of fit. It's that feeling just like when you do go home, and it's that warm and cozy, feeling that, okay, I fit in here and I can just be myself here. It's that type of energy, really. And, when we think about how that relates to a relationship, it's really just sort of affirming that whoever is around you or whoever might be coming into your life, right, over the next 2 weeks, there are people that you probably are feeling very comfortable around, right? You're very sort of in sync with the other people. And it's that reciprocated sort of energy feeling, right? You feel it very at home around them, they feel very at home around you. So it ties in with this give and take of the exchanging gifts cards here. In relationships, when it's a healthy, a very loving relationship, it does provide us with a sense of emotional security, emotional safety, comfort, right? So it's kind of about being at home in whatever that relationship is. So if you are currently in a relationship, this could just be over the next 2 weeks, you really, things are going well. There is this, you're recognizing this give and take. You're feeling very comfortable and very peaceful and feeling very happy with this other person, right? And if you are not partnered right now, this could very well be somebody coming in, right? You're ready for this to happen, right? And this, whoever it is that's coming in, and this doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. This could be friendships, right? This could be another type of relationship, but we are trying to, focus on sort of love and romance. This person is going to bring you great emotional sort of security. You're going to feel very at home around that person. And the last card, or the outbound energy for this 2-week period, we have card number 39, and this card is New Life, which, again, it really goes well with this card 48 here, and it also goes with this Wheel of Fortune, even though this was for the career and finance portion of the reading. But just like the card says, I mean, this is new things. It's the birth of new things, new opportunities, life kind of renewing itself, right? The phoenix, being born from the ashes. It's the rebirth. So something definitely new is coming into your life. Things are changing, right? We have the Wheel of Fortune up here turning, and I feel that, you're poised, you're ready to take off on this new phase in your life. So, if this is, again, going back to if you're currently in a relationship, this could just be sort of new energy coming into the relationship, right? Into the old relationship. This could just be about, feeling as though, whatever you two are doing together, you with your partner, you've managed to sort of breathe new life into that relationship. So, you're feeling very at home with the person. And so maybe you or the other person, you're looking to do things that really, take the relationship to the next level, to bring new life to the relationship, and however that plays out. I mean, this is a general reading, but it could be, new life in the sense of moving from sort of one phase of the relationship to another. This could be going from, just dating to moving in together. It could be from moving in together to actually getting engaged or getting married, marriage proposal, anything like that. And you are definitely open to this. You're poised, you're ready for whatever this new chapter is, whatever this new life within the relationship is, you're ready for it, right? And if this is a new relationship, if you're not partnered, it's all about, feeling very open to this newness coming in, to this new exciting relationship, this new, that kind of the feeling that you get when you meet, a person and begin a new relationship, and all of the, sort of happiness and the vibrancy that kind of goes along with that, right? If we think about like the changings of the seasons, right? With the new life, think about when you come out of winter, moving into spring, it's that excitement, right? Everything just starts to bloom, and things start, they kind of they regain the beauty that they had before. So it's all about rebirth, new things, newness, and you being very open to that and very poised and ready to embark on this new adventure. So I'm loving this the reading for the month of the mid-month of November. This is wonderful. I do hope that the messages have helped you in some way, Capricorn. I thank you for joining me. For those of my viewers here in the U.S., I wish you a wonderful Thanksgiving, whether you're spending that with friends or family, however you choose to spend Thanksgiving. I hope it's a wonderful one for you. Please be looking out during the months of December. In addition to the general monthly reading and the mid-monthly reading, I will also be putting out a 2018 overview. And so that will be, a longer reading, kind of going through each of the months of the upcoming year, and kind of letting us know, what we can expect as far as energy surrounding each month. So that will be coming out during the month of December. Thank you once again for joining me, and know that I'm sending you much peace, love, and light. Bye, Capricorn.